أهلا وسهلا بكم وحياكم الله جميعا في المؤتمر الصحفي الخاص بحفل روائع الأوركسترا السعودية في محطتها الرابعة في العاصمة البريطانية لندن، بعد النجاحات المتتالية في المحطات الثلاث والأصداء الكبيرة محليا وإقليميا وعالميا لحفلات روائع الأوركسترا السعودية التي تجعل من النغم والموسيقى السعودية سفيرا للثقافة، سفيرا لفنونها وألوانها المختلفة، حيث لاحت في الأفق بالأغنية السعودية بجمال كلمتها وروعة لحنها وتقاسيمها وإيقاعاتها الآسرة. أرحب بكم حضورنا الكرام زميلاتي وزملائي الإعلاميين، وأرحب بكل من يتابعنا في هذا البث المباشر عبر شاشة القناة الثقافية وعبر كل المنصات والمحطات. أعيننا هذه الليلة على هذا المؤتمر الصحفي، حيث تعلن هيئة الموسيقى عن تفاصيل المحطة الرابعة وما ستتميز به من برنامج ومشاركات. لذا دعونا نرحب بالرئيس التنفيذي لهيئة الموسيقى السيد بول باسيفيكو وأترك له الحديث.
السلام عليكم. Welcome, everyone, to this exceptional press conference for the upcoming concert in London, the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra, a significant stop on our global journey. Tonight, we gather to discuss the fourth stop of this tour and to reflect on the remarkable success story of the Saudi National Orchestra, which continues to make bold strides towards growth and excellence, striving to bring Saudi music to the world. This music symbolizes the powerful human connection that unites people wherever they may be. The Saudi Orchestra has dazzled audiences on some of the world's most prestigious stages, showcasing Saudi music and its rich heritage in Paris, Mexico City, and New York. Now, the orchestra prepares for its next performance at Westminster Central Hall in London, a venue renowned for its role as a meeting point for diverse cultures and civilizations. On this iconic stage, more than 100 talented Saudi artists will represent captivating melodies and stunning performances with skill and creativity. I'm delighted to announce that the upcoming concert in London, the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra, is more than just an artistic event. It embodies a cultural vision aimed at bringing the world together, enhancing communication between cultures, and building bridges of understanding between people through music. Through the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra initiative, we aim to elevate Saudi music to new heights, making it accessible to everyone. This is a message we're determined to share with the world. Regardless of background or interests, it speaks to music lovers and those curious to experience Saudi music for the first time. Music enriched with diversity, distinguished by its rhythms and instruments, and deeply rooted in the musical traditions and folklore of the various regions of Saudi Arabia. Our concert in London presents a unique and exciting opportunity to witness a rare global musical collaboration. This event brings together the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, the Saudi National Orchestra, and the RSVP Voices Choir. We're also honored to feature the world-renowned opera singer, Dame Sarah Connolly, in a special performance that beautifully merges cultures through music. Additionally, the concert will be further enhanced by the Theatre and Performing Arts Commission, showcasing a vibrant array of performing arts that reflect the rich and diverse cultural heritage of Saudi Arabia. The success of this concert is undoubtedly the result of the dedicated efforts of the talented musicians and singers of the National Orchestra and Choir. Their combined dreams have brought forth this wonderful symphony. Since the inception of this initiative by the Saudi Music Commission, aligned with Saudi Vision 2030, this vision aims to provide the best programs and initiatives to nurture the promising musical talents of Saudi Arabia. Finally, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to His Highness Prince Badr bin Abdullah bin Farhan, Minister of Culture and Chairman of the Saudi Music Commission, for his unwavering support and dedication to the Saudi Music Commission and the Saudi creative talents in the National Orchestra and Choir. I also wish to thank all the sponsors, the Saudi audience, and everyone interested in Saudi music. Your tremendous support has allowed us to share our most beautiful local melodies during our previous tours, and will continue to inspire us as we strive to deliver outstanding performances at our upcoming concert. I would also like to express my appreciation to all of our distinguished guests this evening, including the journalists and media representatives. Your presence is a great honor, and it enables us to share our vision and ambitions with all of those interested in our passion for music. I'm pleased to answer any of your questions and kindly ask that you introduce yourselves and the media organizations that you represent. Thank you very much.
الآن المجال للأخوة الصحفيين لسؤال مستر بول.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Abdurrahman Al-Ashawi. I am from Colors of Riyadh platform. My question is, what is the aim and the goal and the participation, the Ministry of Culture in the Orchestra event? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your question. I think the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra concerts seek to do multiple things simultaneously. The first is to really start to show the world how Saudi music can sit alongside any music from anywhere in the world on the grandest stages with the most renowned cultural institutions globally. We can take our place with pride. We can show the world that Saudi music has the quality of writing, the quality of performance and delivery, and the excitement to engage and enthrall audiences. I think the second benefit is that we get to collaborate with those international institutions. And music is almost unique in its ability to transcend cultural and linguistic barriers. Musicians can talk to each other through music, and audiences can enjoy other cultures and learn about other cultures and other people through their music in a way that almost nothing else can. And so I think the second benefit is that cross-cultural bridge building that we're so able to do with the Saudi National Orchestra and Choir. The third benefit, which I think is really important, is for the Saudi people to see their national orchestra on that stage, to inspire the next generation, and to say to that next generation, please, study hard, come and be a part of this orchestra. Come to organizations like this Saudi Music Hub where we are this evening, where you can learn almost any instrument you choose. You can start to develop your skills, hone your craft, and be inspired by our current generation of musicians to follow up and be there too. So for me, the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra does so many things at home and abroad simultaneously. And it's an opportunity like almost no other to shake hands with anyone else in the world. Thank you.
Mr. Paul Asil Gattan from الثقافية. Happy to meet you again. I wanted to ask you, why London? I think we did the opera from London. We prepared Zarqa al-Yamama, and now we're doing the orchestra, fourth time, London, big city. So why specifically did you pick London?
I love the fact that we're doing London because obviously I'm from London, but that's not the only reason. I think it's almost no surprise that somebody from London would be here in Riyadh working within the Music Commission at the Ministry of Culture, in the sense that there feels like there's such a strong bond between London and Riyadh, the United Kingdom and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is a bond that I think has endured for a long time. And I think it's no surprise as well that When His Highness, our Minister, put tickets on sale for this concert, they went within, I think, 2 days we sold out. It just shows the strength, the number of Saudis there are in London, the strength of warmth towards the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from our friends and colleagues in the United Kingdom. And we must also remember that London is one of the great international centres of culture. And it was wonderful last year to be in New York City performing at the incredible Metropolitan Opera. That's one of the world's great cultural institutions. Going to London, I think, just shows that we can continue to go to the greatest cities in the world, the greatest cultural institutions, and hold our own, and be proud of our own music and our own people. Thank you.
أنه ما زال بإمكانهم السؤال باللغة العربية بسبب وجود جهاز للترجمة لمن أراد سؤال مستر بول. في أحد؟ طيب.
Hello everybody, welcome Mr. Chair. We are happy to see the opera in Saudi Arabia and also to share the word share everybody in the world. My question, where is the opera of Saudi Arabia begin and where the place? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your question. Was your question, sorry, where is the opera going to be? Yes. I was so impressed earlier this year by our colleagues in the Theatre and Performing Arts Commission to see the incredible production of Zarqa al-Yamama here in Riyadh. We're very excited that the lead from that production, Dame Sarah Connolly, is going to come and be with us in London to perform some of the music from that wonderful opera. I think that opera has a very special place in the cultural landscape. Some people see it as the sort of highest culmination of different art forms coming together in harmony. And I think there's a really important place for opera in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia going forward. But we also have a very special opportunity here to redefine opera on our own terms. Saudi Arabia is a young country with a young population, and the opportunity to embrace opera in new ways for that new generation is something I think that gives us a certain freedom that established mature markets feel a little bit trapped in the way that things have always been done, and they're fighting to get free. We can do it our way in ways that excite and interest Saudi people. And I think Zarqa al-Yamama is a really interesting example of how Saudi culture can also be expressed in new ways and very exciting ways through opera. I can't wait to see that opera performed in stages around the world as well. Thank you.
مساء الخير، نجلة ساكت، تلفزيون سعودي. حابة أسأل أنه كيف ستصاغ أو وضع خطط للحضور السعودي خصوصاً الثري بأنواع متعددة من الميوزك وله الأغاني الموسيقى اللي تمثله. هل تم وضع خطط قوالب للانطلاق هذا الحدث السعودي، وضع بصمة خاصة في السعوديين بحيث أنه يكون لها حضور؟ شكرا.
Absolutely, and thank you for your very important question. I would say a couple of things. I would say, first of all of the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra concerts are streamed live. You can see them on TV sort of anywhere in the region, let alone here in the Kingdom. It'll also be broadcast on some digital channels like YouTube as well simultaneously. So it's very accessible to everybody that wants to see it. The second thing is I find it very important that within the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra, we're enabling people to start to understand that Saudi Arabia is a very rich and diverse country with rich and diverse musics. Across the 13 regions, there are such different traditions, rhythms, instruments, clothing, food. And it's been a real honor for me to start to get to know those 13 regions through their music, through our Saudi Truk initiative that we do with our colleagues in theatre and performing arts, and also with UNESCO, where we're documenting Saudi's intangible cultural heritage, I think for the first time in history. having that heritage, being able to recognize it, record it, document it, and then take it to the world is a really special part of the marvels of Saudi Orchestra. This is another way of connecting people with the sophistication of culture here in ways that I think internationally people don't yet know Saudi Arabia like that. And it's really, really exciting. I love engaging with friends, colleagues from the music industry around the world when they start to see this and they start to understand it. And the level of excitement it's contagious, it's wonderful, and it really, I think, gives me a tremendous optimism that we will see Saudi traditional culture recognized as one of the great human cultures of the world as we go forward with this initiative.
أهلا وسهلا. أزعم أن هذا الظهور لك هو الأول في المشهد الإعلامي السعودي. أنا يحيى مفرح، ناقد فني سعودي. بحسب علمي أنك المسؤول الرابع في هيئة الموسيقى. شيء جميل جدا أن يكون وجودك ضمن تقديم هذه العروض الموسيقية السعودية للعالم من أجل رسم الصورة الذهنية للمملكة العربية السعودية في التاريخ المعاصر. سؤالي هو كالتالي: ما هي المستهدفات التي تحققت في هيئة الموسيقى أثناء وجودكم مسؤولا عنها؟ الشق الآخر من السؤال: تقدمون عروضا فلكلورية وتقدمون أغاني من التراث الغنائي السعودي، أين المؤلفات الموسيقية السعودية التي أنجزها كبار الفنانين السعوديين؟ هل مراكز تعليم الموسيقى هي نواة المعاهد الموسيقية، أو أننا سنرى في المستقبل القريب معاهد موسيقية وأكاديميات للفنون ودار للأوبرا كما أشير له مستقبلا؟ وشكرا.
Thank you for your question. It's very wide-ranging, and I would love to have the opportunity to talk with you at length about the many plans and initiatives of the Music Commission and the fantastic team that I'm privileged to work with there. Our work is very broad. Music is a very, very wide-ranging art form. As you rightly point out, there are folkloric traditions, there are ancient music lineages that it's important to honor. At the same time, there are many diverse genres of contemporary music. My belief is that if we are going to be successful in helping catalyze a sustainable, successful, commercially viable music ecosystem here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we have to enable the widest range of people from the widest range of backgrounds to participate in music, and that can be in different ways. Some children and young people work well under a formal, structured, traditional environment. Some don't. Many successful people in the music industry didn't do well in school. They didn't do well in a traditional, structured environment, and they found their path later in life through lifelong learning and informal pathways. My hope is that we can do all of those things. If there are Saudis who are curious about opera, they should have access to opera. If they're curious about jazz, they should have access to jazz. There's a thriving Saudi heavy metal scene, which I love. There is a jazz scene here. When we did our International Jazz Festival in February this year, it was a wonderful opportunity, not just to invite some of the best musicians in the world here to Riyadh, but also to show those musicians the best of Riyadh, the best of the Saudi jazz scene, and seeing some of those artists talking with, eating with, and playing with those Saudi artists was an incredible experience that for me really underlines why I felt passionate about coming here and taking this role, and why I'm so determined to see us succeed in our mission. And we're incredibly fortunate to have the leadership that we have, the vision that we have to work to, the support that we get, and the guidance to make sure that we don't fail. Thank you.
زملاء الصحفيين تفضل.
My name is Mohamed, the social media influencer. First of all, thank you, Mr. Paul, and the team of Music Commission for the great job. They're reflecting the beauty of our culture. Part of it is the music. We are so exciting about the Saudi Orchestra, inshallah. London, good luck. inshallah. I have simple questions. Can we see the Saudi Orchestra have a tour within Saudi Arabia? We would love to have it, frankly speaking.
I would love that also. I think we're taking steps towards what you might describe as a steady state. We're still growing, we're still learning. I think these international cultural moments have been an incredible strategy to really take the orchestra, global, stratospheric. It has this incredible aura around it now. And of course, in the future, I would love to see the orchestra touring the kingdom as more and more amazing cultural venues become available in the kingdom, which is another part of the very exciting development track that we're on. Thank you, yes.
الزملاء الصحفيين تفضل.
السلام عليكم، أنا ابن خالد ممثل وعازف. سؤالي هو الآن توجد فرقة خاصة للأوركسترا، هل ممكن إنه ينضافون عازفين أو مؤدين جدد أو لا؟
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the question. An orchestra is a living, breathing organism with, that lives. The lifeblood of the organism is its talent and its people. This is an orchestra that I hope will endure for generations, and it will need new generations to come in and keep it at really the cutting edge of what is possible in terms of the level of performance, artistry, technical skill in Saudi music. So I think it's an exciting and dynamic orchestra that will continue to grow. We're only in the early days, and we've achieved so much in such a short space of time. I think in the future, looking back, I hope that we see that we've continued that pace of change, that pace of growth and development that's so exciting so far.
السلام عليكم، شكرا جزيلا. 4 محطات مرت فيها الأوركسترا السعودية: باريس، مكسيكو سيتي، نيويورك، والحين لندن. إيش اللي اختلف ما بين هذه ال4 محطات؟ وش القيمة المضافة اللي نترقبها في المحطة الجاية بإذن الله؟ شكرا.
Thank you for the question. Just like here in Saudi Arabia, every other place in the world has its own cultural roots, its own musical language that it speaks. In each city that we visited, we've had the tremendous privilege of collaborating with an esteemed cultural institution. In Mexico City, for example, the Carlos Chavez Orchestra, a fabulous, wonderful orchestra steeped in a deep tradition of learning and education. In New York City, New York is so famous for jazz that we felt we had to do something different and collaborate with the Dizzy Gillespie All-Stars, the band that are the legacy of one of the most iconic, important jazz innovators in history, who also toured and spent quite a lot of time in this region as well, actually. And in London, the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra is one of the great cultural institutions of the world. And the Royal Phil, the RPO as we call it, it sounds British. It plays British repertoire. It has a British sensibility to it that will be really wonderful to explore with our Saudi musicians. And the idea that these two orchestras will feel their way in a very short space of time to a presentation that they'll then show the world is again one of the... I often talk about music being a conversation, and it really is. And what I love is that as our orchestra gets more confident, they speak up more for themselves. And when those collaborations happen, you really feel that push and pull. So it was wonderful in New York with the jazz meeting Arabic music. I think in London, where we see that British sensibility meeting this Saudi lineage of music, I think is going to be really extraordinary and wonderful.
زملاء نوه أنه بالإمكان السؤال باللغة العربية، حيث أنه هناك يوجد جهاز ترجمة. أحد يبغى يسأل؟
مساء الخير، سعيد خالد من جريدة المصري اليوم. حابب أسأل حضرتك عن أهم ملامح الحفل روائع الأوركسترا السعودية. الحفل هيقدم ايه للناس. طبعا الثقافه المختلفه هناك الى جانب الجمهور السعودي. وحابب اعرف اذا كان في جوله عربيه بقى للاوركسترا السعوديه، لان ده يهمنا كعرب ان احنا نسمع الموسيقى السعوديه ونتعرف على التراث السعودي. في علاقات قويه جدا بين الموسيقى السعوديه والمصريه، فهل ممكن يشارك الاوركسترا السعودي في حفل في مصر؟ وده اعتقد هيحظى باهميه كبيره عندنا يعني. اشكرك.
Thank you. I think we would all love to see that happen. We had the privilege of participating in performances so far in the Gulf, in Bahrain, also in Jordan. And I think we would love to take that opportunity to connect, unite, and perform with musicians of this region just as much as we would any other region in the world, and especially more so, I think, probably, bearing in mind the cultural connections that we have. Thank you.
مساء الخير. معكم الملحن سمير سعيد. أو خلينا نقولها بالعربي. بالنسبة هل هناك اشتراطات بالنسبة للعازفين أنه يلتحق بالأوركسترا مثلا في آلات معينة هو اللي يفترض أنه يعني يلتحق فيها في الآلات المختلفة، وكيف العازف انه يقدر انه يلتحق بالاوركسترا؟
Great, thank you for the question. I think for us, it's very important that the Saudi National Orchestra and Choir it's not an Arabic orchestra, it's a Saudi orchestra. So it's very important that we incorporate within the instruments those instruments that have a very special place in the lineage of Saudi music. So, of course, oud, nai, kanun, these other traditional instruments, but also, for example, the rababa, especially. The rababa is a difficult instrument to integrate in the orchestra because, of course, it's made traditionally, doesn't have a standard tuning. And so some of the team within the Music Commission and the orchestra are working really hard to see how we can take some of these traditional instruments forward into a more contemporary setting. So yes, it's very important to us that traditional musical instruments are represented and that the sound of the orchestra is a Saudi one specifically. To your second question, I would say to anyone that aspires to join the National Orchestra, please do get in touch with us at the Music Commission. We're always contactable, we're very, very open and always enjoy meeting musicians. It's important to us that we're very close to our community of musicians and songwriters, composers, lyricists across the kingdom. Another route might be to come to somewhere like this, the Saudi Music Hub. We have this one in Riyadh, we have one in Al Khobar and one in Jeddah. And again, the faculty there can connect any musicians that are looking to be in touch with the Music Commission with us directly if they find it hard to reach us online. Thank you.
طاهر بخش إعلامي. سؤالي هو أنتم قمتوا حسب كلامكم قمتوا بجولة في 13 منطقة اكتشفتوا فيها تراث أو أعمال أو أهازيج أو هذه 13 منطقة. طبعا كل منطقة تختلف لونها عن المنطقة الثانية. هل حتقدموا على الأوركسترا جميع هذه ال 13 عمل أو في أعمال ثانية أو إنه حتكتفوا بلون أو لونين هو اللي حتبرزونه على العالم الآخر؟ شكرا لك.
Thank you. Each of the 13 regions has something very unique and beautiful to offer. But I think the practicalities of the duration of the concert mean that we can't do all 13 regions every single time. So it is a case of selecting some regions for each concert. And over time, each of the 13 regions, I hope, will be respectfully championed within the Marvels of Saudi Orchestra series. But it's normally 2 to 3 regions per concert.
شكرا جزيلا السيد بول باسيفيكو الرئيس التنفيذي لهيئة الموسيقى. شكرا لك، شكرا لفريقك الرائع في هيئة الموسيقى على تنظيم هذا المؤتمر الصحفي وعلى هذا العمل الدؤوب في المحطة القادمة في العاصمة البريطانية لندن. شكرا جزيلا لكم أصدقائي وزملائي الإعلاميين والإعلاميات الحاضرين في هذا المؤتمر الصحفي. الشكر موصول لكل من تابعنا في هذا البث المباشر عبر القناة الثقافية وعبر كل المنصات والمحطات. نلتقيكم في التغطية المباشرة للمحطة الرابعة لروائع الأوركسترا السعودية في العاصمة البريطانية لندن. شكرا لكم.
Thank you very much, everyone.